On April 30th, Russian ships started detaining Ukrainian ships en route to Mariupol and Berdyansk. This was reported by Ukraine's State Border Guard Service. This day is believed to be the first of the unannounced marine blockade of the Azov Sea by Russia. The official reasons for detaining the ships: document checks. Technically, Russia is not breaking any laws. Their actions are completely within the framework of the common use of the Azov Sea and Kerch Strait Agreement. But the ships were being detained for several days, with FSB operatives searching literally every cabin, nook and corner. Throughout the entire summer, Russia built up its military presence in the region. According to data collected by Ukrainian intelligence, more than a dozen fast attack vessels and 2 missile vessels were transferred from the Caspian Sea. The situation became more complicated with the completion of the Kerch bridge.
Поехали. Поехали.
The bridge completely shuts down access between the Black and Azov Seas. According to many experts, much of the bridge was kept low to the water to prevent commercial ships from sailing under it. There is now only one narrow span where large ships can pass. The bridge itself is controlled by the FSB, and this strait can be easily blocked by Russia. Between August 14th and August 21st, no ships other than Russian vessels were allowed to pass under the bridge. Dozens of ships set an anchor on both sides of the strait, waiting for permission to pass. Ukrainian and international shipping firms have suffered large financial losses because of the delays.
The losses already comprise several billions of hryvnia. It is a significant blow to the budget of municipal authorities and to the budget of the whole country. We are looking for alternative ways to allow Mariupol to function normally. But these alternative routes will not provide a possibility for the development of seaports. The ports are city-forming enterprises for both Mariupol and Berdyansk.
6 months after the blockade of the Azov Sea, Russia became even more aggressive. On September 23rd, 2 Ukrainian vessels, the Donbass and the Kerch, set sail from Odessa to Berdyansk. Near the shore of occupied Crimea, Russian ships and aircraft started to harass the Ukrainian vessels, with one Russian vessel coming dangerously close to the Donbass. The ships did manage to get through the strait and reached their destination safely. On November 25th, 3 Ukrainian vessels set sail from Odessa on the same route. Per a previous arrangement, the Ukrainian Navy informed Russia before entering the strait to ensure safe passage. However, Russia didn't respond. A few hours later, as the ships neared the strait, Russian vessels started pursuing the Ukrainian vessels. Russia also sent military aircraft as well. The Russian vessel Dawn rams into the Ukrainian tugboat Yanikapu. But while trying to ram the Ukrainian ships, Russian vessels collide with each other.
We have collision with Izumrud. Yes, now they will fire me for sure.
Russian forces blocked passage under the bridge and deployed even more ships and airplanes. A few hours later, the Russians fire small and large caliber weapons and board the 3 vessels. 24 Ukrainian sailors are taken into Russian custody, and the 3 vessels, the Nikopol, the Berdyansk and the Yanikapu, are captured as well. The Kremlin-controlled court in occupied Crimea, ignoring the Geneva Convention in regards to prisoners of war, ordered the Ukrainian sailors to be detained for 2 months before their trials. Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko and the parliament imposed martial law for 30 days, starting November 26th, in response to Russia's aggression.
The crisis in the Azov Sea did not come out of nowhere. We have called the attention of our partners numerous times to the provocations conducted by Russia and Russian attempts to transform the Azov Sea into their internal lake. And frankly speaking, sometimes it seemed that our partners underestimated the risks, although we presented them with objective information. Some European countries even questioned the necessity of prolonging sanctions against Russia for the occupation of Crimea and Donbass. Only the aggressive actions of Russia, paired with an adequate response from Ukraine, specifically the introduction of martial law, have drawn attention to the issue of international diplomacy.
In December, the EU extended sanctions against Russia for another 6 months. Russia is still under international pressure. Also in December, the UN General Assembly passed 2 resolutions, one calling for the demilitarization of occupied Crimea and another calling for Russia to adhere to the Minsk agreements in Donbass. And for the first time, the UN specifically called the occupation and annexation of Crimea illegal. Reported by Artem Homenko, UATV.